Okay, now we're doing composite functions with variables. We need to learn how to refresh or simplify this. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that a plus b squared is a squared plus b squared. That is not true. Try to eliminate that from your thought process. It's not true. So what we're going to do is with like x plus 3 squared is do x plus 3 times x plus 3. And you can FOIL this, however you want to think about distribution method. You're going to do x times x. It's going to give us x squared plus 3x plus 3x plus 9. Combine like terms. The middle here will become 6x. And there you go. Okay, your turn. Pause it here, work this one out, and come back and check your answers. Okay, so we're doing x minus 7 times x minus 7. We'll get x squared minus 7x minus 7x plus 49. Combine our like terms, we get x squared minus 14x plus 49. The way I always see it, you square the first term and the last term. That gives us the first term and the last terms. Then you essentially multiply these two together and double it. So x squared plus 49, and then you have minus 7x minus 7x, and that gives us minus 14x. We can do that here. Take the first term and square it. Take the last term and square it. Now, 3x times negative 4 is minus 12x. I'm going to double that. And I got what I need. We can see it work out this way. 9x squared minus 12x minus 12x plus 16. Combine those middle ones. You get 9x squared minus 24x plus 16. So our rule is a plus b squared is always a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Okay, now for what we're actually doing. G of f of x. I don't have a number to put in this time. This time it's saying take g and plug in the x function. So x plus 5 is going here, x plus 5 is going over here, x plus 5 is going here. This first one's not really matter. It's just notation. Whatever I put in here, I got to put in the parentheses over here. We're not going to use this for anything. We just do these. So now I need to go kind of process x plus 5 squared. Remember, I'm going to get x squared plus 25. In the middle, I'm going to have 5x and 5x. But if you want to see it worked out, there's it after foiling. Now I just go back and put that in its place here. That's a lot. So this became this. We need to do our distribution. Do the distribution again, watch the negative. Combine like terms. I can combine the 30x and the minus 7x. And then I combine all my numbers. And there we go. All right. Let me have you try this one. Pause it here, work this one out, come back and check your answers. Okay, so I'm plugging in x minus 4 into there and into there. So you do x minus 4 squared, which is going to come out to x squared minus 8x plus 16. I got rid of the parentheses because I've got nothing to distribute, so I don't need the parentheses anymore. But I do need to do this one again. Watch your negatives. Combine like terms. Negative 8x minus 4x. Now you can do 16 plus 16 plus 7 and get 39. All right. This one's different. Now it's telling me to plug G into F. This one actually works out easier. Again, this is just notation. There's no working out here to do. But now all I got to do is this distribution. And then combine like terms. We like those. Those ones they always work out much better. All right, let me have you try this one, then we'll move on to the second part of this. Pause here, work this one out, and come back and check your answers. Okay, this one I am plugging G into F, or I'm sorry, F into G. So I am going to have to do 2x plus 5 squared. That should be an x there, sorry. So I should get 4x squared with a 25 at the end. Multiply them together, I get 10x. I double that because I'm doing the 10x twice and get that. Do the distribution. If you did all the distribution at one time, no worries. I'm just doing this a little bit more step by step. We got 5 times 2, 5 times 5. Combine like terms, 40x and 10x is 50x. 50 plus 25 plus 2, 77. Okay, this looks worse, right? But it's really not. This is telling me to take W and plug it into C. So I'm getting rid of this, and I'm just putting that in its place. So it's just the square root of the absolute value of x. So that takes care of that. Now we take that and plug it in there. It looks wonky, but it doesn't matter. It's like you're just taking this and putting it inside there. Then you're taking all of that and putting it inside there. So let me let you try this one. Pause it here, work this one out, and come back and check your answers. Okay, so this one's telling me to take G and plug it into K. So I'm taking this and putting it in right there. Then it's telling me to take that and put it in right there, which is just that. There's really nothing to do. This is so much easier, but just because there's no simplification to do or anything like that. So the idea is, when it says this is last, you can look at your last thing. If the last thing is a square root, then everything's going to be under a square root. If your last thing was the absolute value, then everything will be in the absolute value. If your last thing was this, then this is going to be a thing and only that's going to be changed. Okay, there you go. Good luck.